Hi, I'm David. For my cycle tour along the Rhine, I've chosen to stay a variety of places. I've chosen to camp, stay at youth hostels and hotels. For camping, I've actually bought myself a new tent, a Country Zephyros 1. There's two reasons for this. I needed a tent that was lightweight as possible without being too expensive, and I also bought this because I could store my Brompton porch. Okay, if we take a look at the spec of the tent, which is handily printed on the bag of the tent that came with the tent itself, see the weight is about 1.57 kilos. It's a basic sort of hoop design with the sleeping area off to one side, which leaves a porch area to the side there in which you can store your bags and, in my case, my bicycle. Okay, so if we take a look at the tent, it's got a hoop going across the top, a door on the left hand side as we're looking at here, and the sleeping area being on the right. So if we come round to this side of the tent, you can see you got the door rolled up at the moment. I'll show you that in a second, and we got the Brompton in the porchway. Alright, if we have a drop down and have a look, it just about fits. It's quite sort of tight squeeze, but because the hoop is quite high for a tent of this sort of type, it does leave quite a bit of room there. If you look behind the Brompton, there's even room behind it there, to store other things we're taking with us. So I'll store some dry bags down there, cooking equipment, whatever. And there's still quite a bit of porch space at the front. So this hoop comes down here, and it still leaves you with this sort of like triangle shaped area between the outer and the sleeping area. So if we take a look inside, I'm not a very tall person, so I think this should be adequate. I think I will have enough room to sleep and have another bag by my feet. So if we unzip the door, if you have a look here, the Brompton is just about clearing the inner. If we come over here, it's just about clearing the outer. What I'll probably do is I'll put something over it to make sure that I don't get any grease or muck on the tent itself. One disadvantage of this tent, which I'll just show you on the door here, is it doesn't have anything for tying the door up, which is quite unusual in a tent like this. So what people have had to tend to do, I was aware of this when I did the reviews. Let me just put the camera down at a moment. Is put a tent peg on like so. So it's just keeps the door out of the way, because obviously if I have the bike there, I will still need to sort of get in. So I put the bike in and then close the door up after myself. But hopefully this should be useful enough. I'm not sure how often I'm going to have the bike in the porchway, but I was aware it was a possibility from reading other people's accounts of touring with the Brompton. So this is why I've bought this as a new tent, partly because of the weight, as I've said before, and just so I've got that storage as an option, just in case. Thanks for watching.